JavaScript variables, Rule 11. Scopes are nested inside each other. Inner scopes shadow the bindings of outer scopes. Scopes form nested layers. Here we have three variables, A, B, and C, all defined in different scopes. We have a couple of made-up functions named Fusel and Basel. These are intentionally silly for educational purposes, and you shouldn't name your functions like this in a real code base. Outside the Fusel function, we set the variable A. Inside the Fusel function, we set B, and we also define another function, Basel. Basel, when called, sets a third let variable named C. We then call Basel and get the output 1, 2, 3. In this example, it's easy to see that if we tried to access C outside of Basel, it wouldn't be in scope. And if we tried to access B outside of Fusel, it also wouldn't be in scope. Now, let's look at a different example. What happens when we declare a local let variable within an inner scope that has the same name or binding as another variable declared outside that scope? Declaring the same name in a new scope shadows the outer variable, also called overloading. This means that within that scope, the binding of x hides or shadows the x defined in the outer scope. Here, we declare x twice as a let variable, once outside of the function demo and again inside of it. When we reference x inside of demo, we get 1. When we reference it outside of demo, we get 2. What's interesting about this example is that it reveals that values and bindings are not the same. Under the hood, there are two different places in memory where x is defined. What we're doing here is simply changing the binding so that inside of the function, x is bound or points to one value, and outside, x is bound to a different value. Shadowing is legal, but can be confusing. Here, we see that the outside variable for x gets shadowed inside of the function demo. If we didn't shadow the x on the inside, here, let's comment it out, the x retains the binding of the outside function and stays bound to the value 1, both inside and outside of the demo function.